Hi Libra, welcome to your August love reading, and welcome back to my channel, Lunasync Tarot. If you like this reading, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications. I've already shuffled your cards here, so let's sync up. In the position of you is the Eight of Swords. In the position of the person that you're thinking about in August, your love connection, is the Two of Cups. In the position of the combined energy is the Knight of Cups. And in the position of the outcome, or what needs to be understood and integrated, is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. All right, so right away I see that you are feeling trapped. You're feeling trapped by some sort of circumstance or some situation. This is a self-imposed restriction that you're experiencing. It's not totally real. It's like sort of taking place in your mind. It has to do with negative thoughts or negative habits, and it's illusory to a certain extent. You can just take off the blindfold and free yourself, but it will require a change in the way that you think. It will require some action in the way of removing the blindfold and taking on a new perspective. So you're feeling, I see that you're feeling in August kind of trapped by something, some situation, some circumstance, and it has to do with negative thinking and belief systems that aren't serving you at this point. What your love connection is contributing is the Two of Cups. This is the Twin Flame card. I get the sense that your love connection really sees you. Look at how they're both looking right at one another. There's this witnessing that's taking place. Your love connection really sees you and wants to connect with you and wants to unify with you. This is a card of like love and divine union. And then in the position of the combined energy is the Knight of Cups. This is a knight that swoops in and takes action and takes care of things, like the knight in shining armor. And the Knight of Cups, specific to the suit of cups, is somebody who is very empathic, very caring, very sensitive. You might find them in like the nonprofit sector, taking care of other people, making sure that others' emotional needs are met. And so when you come together, I feel like your love connection is wanting to like come in and take care of this situation for you, or take care of you in some way. You know, kind of like save you in some way. And then finally, in the outcome and what needs to be understood and integrated is the Wheel of Fortune reverse. This can be read a variety of different ways. It can be read as breaking a cycle. It can be read as feeling stuck, or actually being stuck inside of a cycle, a negative cycle that's not working for you. But let's pull some clarifying cards around the Wheel of Fortune. It could be that this, whatever you're feeling trapped inside of, is ultimately your love connection does want to take care of it for you. They want to come in and they want to save you from it, and they see you, they see how you're feeling. They're very empathetic, and they want to come in and make things right. But I'm getting a real sense that this is something that you are going to have to do yourself. You are going to have to actually change the way that you think, take a new perspective, pull off that blindfold, and break this cycle of, maybe this is a cycle where you allow your partner to, and maybe even expect your partner to save you from this. And the cycle that needs to be broken is this pattern of expecting and wanting your partner to save you from this sort of self-imposed restriction. And ultimately, the lesson could be about, you taking responsibility and learning that you can do that for yourself. And in fact, it's only your responsibility to do it for yourself. It's not your love partner's responsibility to do that. And it's very empowering to be able to care for yourself, to take care of yourself in that way. What fell out was projections. I don't know if it fell out in the upright or reverse, so let's just read it in the upright. This was to clarify the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is about breaking cycles or being stuck inside of negative cycles. And so it could be that the cycle that you're stuck in is this cycle of really projecting your expectations onto your partner. You expect them to take care of the situation, to take care of your emotional needs, when ultimately the responsibility is on you to care for your emotional needs, to care for yourself, and to make sure that you have what it is that you need. Yeah, that's coming through really strongly with the projections card that just flew out. Let's pull some more clarifying cards around the outcome. To see around the Wheel of Fortune, around this cycle that you're breaking or needing to break free from. I'm getting a strong vibe of like, this is a cycle of empowerment and disempowerment. So either you make the decision to stay inside of this cycle where you are ultimately disempowered, because while it may feel good when your love connection swoops in and saves you, it's not for your greater good. I mean, what feels even better is personal empowerment around, it's personal empowerment, your ability to take care of yourself, your ability to step up and take action, and to free yourself from restrictions. So the Thunderbolt came out. This is the Tower. The Tower is a total identity shift. It's everything that, it's like all of those, So you know how you move through life, and especially when you're younger, you're building this foundation, and the foundation is made up of all the things that people have told you about yourself and about your life and about life in general, about our culture, all of that conditioning that sort of builds up over time. And it's formed sort of a foundational identity for you. And the Tower is a moment where your foundation, that foundation, is shook to the core, like it just crumbles around you. And your old identity falls away so that a new identity can emerge. So yeah, it's coming through really strong that there's some cycle that needs to be broken, or it's like it's ripe to be broken. Whether you engage in that or not is obviously totally up to you. But yeah, there's some cycle that's wanting to come to an end here, and it has to do with your romantic connection. It has to do with projecting expectations onto others, and it has to onto your love partner, and maybe they're doing it with you as well. So not quite connecting with the reality of the connection or the reality of one another, like I see you for who you are. Instead, it's like I am going to project what I want and what I expect onto you, and when you don't live up to that, I am going to be very upset. I don't know if that's exactly what you're doing, but I've done it before inside of relationships, and that's kind of what it feels like. And then Thunderbolt and Tower is really about like a fundamental identity shift. So this whole dynamic is ripe to transform. Let's pull a Wisdom Healing Oracle card for you and see what comes up. Yeah, your partner wants to save you, and you want to be saved, but you're going to have to save yourself in order to break this cycle and learn how to do that over and over again. So selenite. This is selenite. Let's read about it. It is 21. Divine light. In the ancient world, selenite protected against wanderings of the mind. It invokes mental clarity and divine inspiration. Spirituality is vital for you. You are a translucent soul who moves fluidly through time. Use insights wisely. Avoid confusing past with present. You see into people's hearts to what motivates them. Do not be manipulated or too eager to please. Stand by what you know. You have the gift of clarity and mental flexibility with the power to make excellent decisions. A situation is unpredictable no matter how solid it appears. Be prepared for challenges and changes. Banish confusion. Clarity is needed. Allow divine light to inspire the future. Let go of something dear to you. Parting does not mean loss of love. Reconciliation is possible. Make the first move. And then it says, overheard conversations enlighten you. So the frequency is exceptionally high. The chakra is highest crown, soul star, and stellar gateway. The timing is Taurus and Cancer, and the soul path is shining divine light on earth. So this card is speaking to banishing confusion and a real need for clarity. And I see that this person is pretty confused. And there's not a whole lot of mental clarity inside of the Eight of Swords. And there's something else that this card said that spoke to kind of like that dynamic that we were... Avoid confusing past with present. So that need to sort of connect with the reality of the situation, of the present moment, and see it for what it is, instead of what it is that you'd like it to be, or what you're not even hoping, what it is that you want it to be. So there's a difference between what it is, how it is, and what it is that you want it to be. And when you fall into this, I want it to be this way type of energy, then you are projecting that onto your partner, and not seeing your partner for who they actually are and what they bring to the table. And that's a form of acceptance, really. When you're able to look at your partner and see your partner for who they are, that is really unconditional love and acceptance. Okay, so let's put this one over here, and let's pull a medicine card for you. A medicine card for Libra as they move through August with this cycle that is ripe to be broken inside of their lives, inside of their love connection. You know what? I think this is speaking to codependency. I remember I had a relationship when I was younger, like in my 20s. Believe me, I've had probably several codependent relationships, but this one was actually a really quite beautiful relationship. The person I was involved with for several years he's such a lovely person. But he had this whole Knight of Cups energy, right? Where he was like, I want to save you. I want to save, just like that sort of like, I'm the savior kind of thing. And at that time in my life, I had started to see how that wasn't really working for me. And I had started to sort of intuitively begin to understand, without sort of intellectually beginning to understand, the fact that I needed to be able to step into my own power and take care of myself and save myself. And as lovely as he was for me, and we stayed friends, I knew that I needed to transform that relationship, or allow that relationship to become something else, because he wasn't going to necessarily change the way that he was, right? He was definitely like, I'm the savior, and that was the energy that he was comfortable with bringing to a relationship. And I didn't want to ask him to change that, or, I did identify it with him. I did say, hey, this is the dynamic that I see, and it's not really working for me. It wasn't it was for him to decide to change, if he wanted to change that for himself. But what I knew was that I wanted to step into my own power. And so our relationship transformed into a friendship, and it was beautiful. We had been friends for, 18 years now. So anyway, enough about me. Let's identify an approach for you as you move through August with your love connection in this dynamic. These are the medicine cards by Samson Carson. Here we go. Otter reversed. I really love Otter. Otter is so sweet and feminine and playful and innocent. Let's read about Otter reversed, and maybe it'll give you a little bit of insight into how to move through this. It's woman's medicine. If the Otter card appears reversed, you may be running from one idea to another without focus. This could also imply that you've forgotten how to receive and are blocking a gift from the universe with your male side. If this is the case, you may be embarrassed to receive compliments, to have someone hug you, or to allow your genuine personality to come out. Fear of being rejected is the contrary message of Otter. Drop the seriousness on all levels and play at life so that the fear rolls off your back. Realize that the only flow is the flow from the Great Spirit to you, from you to others, and from others back to you. That's beautiful. So I'm putting that out there in case it resonates with you, Libras. This is your love reading for August. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, hit the like button so that it can circulate amongst others, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Click the bell for notifications so you get updates. You can also follow me on Instagram at LunaSync. I'm wishing you a beautiful August, and I'm wishing you the best luck in navigating this dynamic and breaking this cycle. All right, take good care.